Hello and welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. Going to make some confit of duck legs. The ingredients you can see are the spices: cardamom, star anise, clove and juniper. Orange zest would also be nice, I didn't have any. I'm using garlic, sage and thyme. I've got a whole duck here. This is for confit duck leg. If you just want to buy your own duck legs, there's a part of this video you might want to fast forward through because I'll show you how to prepare the whole duck. Coming into the screen very slowly is duck fat. I highly recommend you can buy just a little bit, and then every time you make confit duck you'll have a bit more. But I've made that all myself. If you don't want to get duck fat or you can't find it, get some lard. It will work and it will encourage all the rest of the fat to come out of the duck. So that's a good start. No butter, it will burn. So like I said, if you've got duck legs and you're not interested in seeing this bit, fast forward because it takes a little while, but I think if you're interested, feel free to hang around here and watch me prepare a duck. So what you see me doing there is taking off half the wings. Whenever you're going through joints, always give them a wiggle the knife, you will find your way through the joint so you're not cutting through bone. Much better for your knives. All the bits of skin that I take off, I kept them all and I made my extra duck fat, which there's a video for, and at the same time I made duck scratchings. And if you like pork scratchings, you wait till you try duck scratchings. They are awesome. Anyway, off with the legs. I'm demonstrating there the oyster. That's a succulent bit of meat. If you can get past that blooming wing bone, there you go. You've got to cut around that. Don't lose that bit. Seriously, you'll be upset with yourself if you miss out there. Dislocate the socket and then just follow through, keeping your knife against the bone. As I said before, with butchery, clean bones, lots of meat on your plate, much better. Anyway, and what you did notice here, well, when you do it, there's so much fat there that the first few snips I do are just to get through the skin and the fat, really. There you go, there's that oyster again. So 2 legs off. Haven't quite finished with the legs though. What I want to do now is trim off very thick parts of skin. And then cut round the top of the drumstick. If you pull the skin tight like that, it makes it much easier to cut through the tendons. That's what we're looking to do, and just with the healer knife scrape down a bit, make sure the tendons are cut. They'll cook a bit quicker, they'll be more tender and they'll look nicer. So just showing you again, all that excess skin coming off. Two legs ready. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the breasts off the carcass. Just showing you here now, that's where the wishbone is. If you take that off, you'll have more meat on the breast. So a short stubby knife for this. It's easier to do it than to see it, because you can feel with your finger, you can feel the wishbone. So you get your knife as close to it either side, basically separate it from the meat. Just demonstrate now by sticking my finger through, and you couldn't see it anyway. So do that both sides of the wishbone. There we go, it's ready to come out. There you go, just showing you there. A little bit of flesh still attaching to it, and out it comes. I did make a wish with that wishbone, and if you want to know if it came true, hang around, and when my channel's got 1,000 subscribers, you'll know it came true. Okay, demonstrating you the breastbone, and I'm using a knife that's far too big. I just really basically want to show off my big chopper. But I come to my senses, get a better sized knife. There you go. If you've ever prepared a chicken or any other fowl, bird, it's the same process. You've got to cut around the carcass, keeping the knife as close to it as possible, and making sure you get as much meat on your breast as possible. And just demonstrating that is where the socket is that connects the wing. There, wiggle, and through. Lovely. Almost there, just wiggle through that socket again. Keep that carcass. If you want to watch me make a delicious sauce with that, you can watch my roasted duck breast video. All I want to do with these duck breasts now is trim off the extra skin and take off the rest of the wing bone. Because I've decided to confit them, and it was a good decision. They were lush. For some reason, I thought I would display to you all the prepared bits. So we've got a couple of bits of the wings, 2 legs and 2 breasts. It's very convenient that these ducks have 2 of everything. There you go. So on with the confit leg. The dry spices and the garlic in a pestle and mortar. Smash them, don't grind them to a powder. So this dry rub is not essential, but I find it's always best to dry rub the duck for about 6 to 12 hours, or even 24 hours, even better. It just tastes much nicer afterwards anyway. So seasoning, herbs, spices, all in a bowl. So get the rub onto all the exposed pieces of meat, and also we're going to get it onto the skin. And that's when I made that decision to use the wings. Good decision. Get them all coated as well. Into a decent sized container, tightly cling filmed, in the fridge. "12 hours later, I want to wash these. I start off by picking off the bits, but I've discovered that I really need to run them under the cold tap. It's about the point where I changed my mind. I want to get all the bits off because I don't want all those bits of spices in the duck fat, because they will change the flavour of the duck fat. And now they're wet, I want to pat them dry with a clean towel. Done. Okay. choose a good size oven dish. Not too big, not too small, because you don't have to use absolutely tons and tons of duck fat, do you? But big enough so that it doesn't spit out and go all over your oven, because it will stink. Okay, enough duck fat over the top, baking parchment, tin foil, squeeze that nice and tight, long and slow. It's such a simple thing to do, cooking duck legs, but if you don't do it long enough, it won't be lovely. So these have had 4 hours at 150 degrees centigrade, that's 300 Fahrenheit. You could do these even longer and slower. It's up to you, however much time you've got. This is how you tell when they're ready. Very carefully, get one out, and with the tongs, because it's piping hot, get the thigh bone, just gently manipulate it, twist it. Yep, it came out. I didn't need any force to do that at all. The duck leg is perfectly cooked. Also makes it easy to eat without that thigh bone in there. And that is it. Confit duck done. And I say those wings, they didn't last long at all. Keep your duck fat for the next time as well. So again, thank you very much for watching Uncle Matt's cookery lessons. I hope you enjoy this one. Give it a go. You can serve these duck legs with whatever you want. You can do them even Chinese style with a hoisin sauce and the pancakes if you want, or just simply roasted, bit of sauce and some polenta. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video really soon. Bye.